subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hi guys, so I'm Shripal Jain. So today we are talking about the US CPA exam. How do we pass US CPA exam on the first attempt, right? What are the exam tips on US CPA exam? So I get a lot of questions from various students on which subject should I study. Is it like audit first, right? Or is it business, or is it financial, or is it regulation? So typically the combination to write the US CPA exam is first you do FAR and audit, because what happens is a lot of the questions from financial accounting reporting comes in audit as well. So various questions which are tested on your FAR exam gets tested in audit exam as well. So the combination, ideal combination would be FAR and audit, then BEC and regulation. This is the combination which looks very much similar, and the pattern is also the same of the questions which keep coming up. So what is the CPA exam? Basically these are the four parts, right? So you have 50% multiple choice question and 50% simulations. So multiple choice questions, there are 66 MCQs in FAR, then 72, then there are various MCQs and sim based pattern in the CPA exam. So to start off with financial accounting reporting, this is the first subject which we will be talking about. So financial accounting reporting, very important chapters are the F8, F9 and F10. Governmental accounting are the ones which you need to practice a lot. We get a lot of questions in the CPA exam on F8, F9 and F10, which is because the examiner knows that you are not aware of those chapters, and that's the reason why they keep testing you on those chapters again and again. So be very clear on F8, F9 and F10 when you are studying the financial accounting reporting. So we are the Becker partners, and so we prepare our students through Simandhar and Becker. So I have the Becker books, but never the thing like you can follow any review provider, but just be careful on the F8, F9 and F10. These are certain important chapters which you need to focus on FAR. And first two chapters also have a very good weightage. A lot of the time people spend in reading F6, F7, which is leases and ESOPs and all. So I would suggest that you concentrate more on the governmental accounting, focus more on the journal entries that are very important in FAR, because they test a lot of journal entries in your exam, and that's why it becomes very important that you focus more on the journal entries in your FAR exam, apart from the F8, F9 and F10 chapter. Right? So this is about FAR. A very lengthy paper is this. You just can't finish the exam in 4 hours. So don't get worried if you see a lot of questions in your exam which are like very tough in simulation. There can be a pretest question. So what are these pretest questions is, basically what happens in CPA exam is they test a lot of pretest questions which are not counted in your evaluation. It's just to test whether the software is working properly or not. That's the reason why such questions comes up in the exam. So just don't get panicked by seeing very tough question which you have never seen in any review provider, right? So just be relaxed in the exam and just be positive, and expect that whatever question is coming up which you didn't answer, consider that as a pretest question and be confident and write the entire exam. Alright, so that's about FAR. Now let's come to regulation. So regulation, you need to focus more on the basis related questions, ethics, responsibilities, federal taxation and all is a very important thing. So a lot of the time people spend on individual taxation more, but don't worry on that. You can spend more time on the basis related question. How do you calculate the C corp basis, S corp basis, all the basis related questions? Just be very confident, right? And then ethics and federal taxation, IRS bulletins and all, these are all very important, and time and again they have asked a lot of questions on ethics related chapters, because US gives a lot of focus on ethics because a lot of the things, a lot of the scandals which have happened in the past, so their major focus is on the ethics related chapters. So in regulation, that are few important chapters. So individual taxation and all is also very important, but just before the exam I would suggest that you focus more on the C corp, S corp, basis related questions are more tested heavily in the exam, and they are the ones which are very confusing. We at Simandhar, we prepare a summary chart on the basis and all those sort of questions in regulation. So any doubts, you can keep subscribing to our channel and all, and just get the recent updates what we do and the summary charts what we prepare. You can feel free to ping me on LinkedIn, on Facebook or Insta. I'll be there and I can help you out with some of the summary notes in the regulation, right? So we follow the Becker material for reg as well, right? And third comes auditing. Auditing is a lot of the students, what I've seen when I interacted with them, audit is a very common sense exam. There is no important as such in audit, but you be very careful on the audit reports, the opinions and various assertions, because the audit right now is moving more into risk-based assertions, and you have seen data analytics also coming up in the syllabus. So in audit, be careful on the latest updates, and the latest updates you will find in the Becker software as well. So it gets auto-updated with each and every update which is coming up. Focus more on AICPA related released questions also in the audit. You will need to practice each and every AICPA question before you give your audit or any of the CPA exams. They are very, very important because they are released by AICPA itself, right? So in audit, just focus more on the opinions and all, and practice more MCQs in audit, because there are a lot of common sense questions, and authoritative literature is also a very important factor. Now, what is authoritative literature? So you have 50% multiple choice question in CPA exam and 50% is simulations. When we talk about simulation, it is an open book system. Open book, when I tell, it is a digital form of literature where you need to check it in Google and kind of you need to answer that, right? So that's why in Sims, it's become important in audit that you practice the software a lot so that you can answer the questions quickly. So just have a good hands-on, good way, good control over the authoritative literature that you can get only when you practice more on the software, right? So that's about audit, right? Then we come about BEC. People tell me that this is one of the easiest subjects. Let me tell you, this year half the students have failed in BEC. Considered to be one of the easiest subject, but have turned out to be the most toughest subject in this year 2019 exam. A lot of the students have failed because they have been continuously asking questions on corporate governance, IT related procedures, governance, right? So chapter 1 and chapter 6 makes BEC really tough, and they are asking a lot of questions on written Sims. It is important that you practice the software again, practice the written communication Sims. We test our students with a lot of mock tests on BEC. We give them various written communication Sims, right? Apart from the Becker software, we are preparing a lot of Sims. So you can get in touch with us and get that some of the handy notes on BEC as well. Because chapter 1 and chapter 6 is becoming very, very tough in BEC. So that are your major chapters to focus on. And chapter 3, which is operations and planning and all, and the costing front, that is also very important. So BEC, just focus on the first and sixth chapter, focus more on written communication skills, focus more on writing the English properly and all. So BEC is the subject which is most ignored but needs to be given a lot of prima facie focus, right? So these are about the 4 subjects of the CPA, right? So these are some of the tips which because I interact with various students and all with our Simandhar Education Institute. Currently we have around 150-200 students in a batch. And the interaction which I have with them, and that is what the experience I am sharing with you all. I myself being a CPA, so I normally used to prepare journal entries and all those sort of stuff in PAR. It helped me a lot in passing the CPA exam. I think that is also very important when you kind of prepare for your CPA exam. It is important that you study daily in a day, 2 hours at least, morning 1 hour and evening 1 hour, and you should be comfortably completing your CPA exam in 7 to 8 months if you dedicate 1 hour of a quality time in morning and evening. No 3 hours, 7 hours, 10 hours per day, no. What you require is just 1 hour of concentration, a very focused and dedicated studies per hour, morning and evening should be more than sufficient. 9 months of preparation is enough for passing the US CPA exam at very first go. And better to give it 2 subjects rather than giving all the 4 subjects at once. It can be difficult, so that's why I give 2 subjects at a time. Go to Dubai or US, because the exam centers of CPA are not in India, it is only in US and in Dubai. So go there, write 2 exams, come back, again go there, write 2 exams and come back, right? And very important thing, when you're going for the US CPA exam in this international centers or the Prometric, Important that you carry your NTS, which is very important. Carry your passports, right? Paper, pencil, just mail to NASBA, they'll give you the paper pencil format. Don't get panicked in the exam. Just carry everything. Your scheduling with your prometric, each and everything just carry before the exam. Just 2-3 days before the exam, go to the prometric, see how much time it takes to visit the center, so that on the exam day you don't take much time. You at least plan your schedule properly, right? So when you go to the exam, you don't need to worry on any of these things. Go 7 or 8 days before and check the prometric distance, how much time it takes and all, and then accordingly schedule accordingly kind of go to the exam center and all without any tension and relief. That's all we have from today's session. I think I've taken so much of time, but I think this would be very beneficial for our students. If you have any doubts, anything related to CPA USA, please comment, please like, please subscribe, please share to our YouTube channel. That's all. Thank you so much, guys.